All right, so we're in Marseille right now. So why don't you introduce yourself to the camera?
Hey, my name is.
And you gotta speak up because it's kind of dark and loud back
here.
here.
Should I come closer?
Oh no, this is good. Just speak up.
Okay, so my name is Damien Vignol and I live in Paris. I'm here meeting Eric Kim in Marseille, and we're just like taking a walk around and shooting a bit in the street.
So tell us more about your background. How did you get interested in street photography? And speak up, just really loud.
One of my best friends, Camille, she was like a photographer like some years ago. She was really interested into that. She was always like shooting and showing me her work. So I started like buying a camera and like shooting as well in the street, and mostly my friend and like when I was traveling, and then I started doing like street photography maybe like 6 months ago and try to really focus on people and really like street life.
So you actually lived in Marseille for quite a while, and then you moved around for a bit. So tell us a little bit about your travels and.
Okay, I actually grew up in Marseille. And I lived there like 22 years, and then I moved to Paris, like mostly for work, and like my girlfriend was studying. So then it's where I started photography because I never like shot in Marseille actually. And then I from there I started traveling mostly in Scandinavia, a bit in Japan, and I shot a lot, mostly in Sweden actually and in Paris. I do most of my shots now in Paris.
So tell us a little bit about. Differences of lifestyle and maybe street photography between Marseille and Paris.
I feel like Marseille is much more like roots. It's like the real like French city where the people, they are more real like French culture. When Paris is more like a lot of tourists, a lot of foreigners living there. They really adapt to this foreigner and this tourism. Like Marseille is more like where they live like the real like French life, and it's also very mixed between the culture, the people coming from Asia, like North Africa, like everywhere in the world, and everything is just mixing here, and it's kind of messy, it's kind of dirty, but it's really fun, and people are quite chill and really cool.
Hey, so show us your little baby, huh? So tell us what are you working with?
So this is a Leica M2. It is from 1965. And it still works very, very well.
Yes.
And I use it with a 35 Similux aspherical. And this is a great lens. This is a great lens. And I shoot mostly black and white with this one since there's no light matter. But right now I'm shooting with some slide film. Some Kodak slide film. I like it.
And the M2 doesn't have a light meter, so how do you generally read the light?
I'm used to it actually. If you just use always the same film, then you always end up doing the same setting. So I never go slower than 125 because otherwise I get some blur. And then I'm using 35mm with this, so then I can go down till 8, and still I have enough like in focus zone with that. So I know that if I get in the light, I can use like 250 and 11 or 16. And if I go in the shadow, I just like slow down one stop. And if it's darker, one stop.
Show us your iPhone app too, the light meter app. That's quite cool.
Yeah, there's a very good app for those that are using a camera without any light meter in it. It's called Pose Metre. And it's pretty cool. You just enter your ISO here, just point. And you can set the speed. So let's say I want 125, and it's gonna tell me that I need like 6.7 or.
And how
8.
accurate is it compared to a quote real light meter?
Well, that's the same. I've been using a real light meter, and I get exactly the same result. And this is more handy. Just I have it in the pocket. I don't really use it very much because actually the light is quite even most of the time. So I just use it sometimes to just check it out. And I'm kind of used to it.
And you're aside from your Leica, you also have another really cool camera that you use a lot.
I got a M6 TTL as well in my bag. It's like I use it. This one I use it for color film, and I use it with a 50mm Summicron.
So you have. So you said that generally you have black and white film in one of your Leicas and color film in your other Leica.
Yeah, exactly. It's like so I can always shoot like both, like because sometimes I get really inspired by like a scene or something, and I can see and I can picture the image like in black and white or in color. So then I can switch from like either black and white or color depending on how I feel. And also if it gets a bit like darker, if there's less light, then maybe I use the black and white more.
So you're shooting color slide film now.
Yeah. Always.
So why have you been shooting color slide film, and why not just color negatives?
I think color slide, like I like better the color result. It's more like it's more popping up, it's more bright, more vivid, and also it feels like there's more life in the color, and just like the film itself when you develop it, just like the thing is just so beautiful just to look at it, because it's just like you have the real picture, you can just put it in front of the light, and then you see like the picture, and this is wonderful.
When you're shooting color film versus shooting black and white film, do you see the world differently?
Yeah, it's like when I shoot black and white, it's like I'm seeing black and white actually. It's just like I don't focus anymore on the color, and then I just focus more on the light, the shadow, and really the attitude of the people. And then when I shoot color, then I'm really focused mostly on the color, and and I try to compose with that more than maybe like just the attitude.
And if you're shooting color, what exactly do you look for?
Mostly I look at like color combination, and maybe if I have someone passing by with like something very bright, I try to follow this person until like another like background with like another like maybe color or maybe some strong light, and then try to combine that together.
So show us your little point and shoot.
Oh yeah, I got one too.
Because that's the camera I was actually asking you about before.
That's where is it?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no,
don't tell me you lost it.
No, it's just right in my pocket.
Oh, nice.
This is the Konica Big Mini, and it's pretty old, like compact camera, but it's very very good. Like it's really sharp, and it's the camera I always have in my pocket. If I go out, I can just shoot with that, and there's a flash inside, so I don't have to think about any setting or anything. I just point and shoot.
So do you like having a point and shoot film camera as well as a Leica?
Yeah, I always combine the two together.
And when do you find yourself using the point and shoot more?
Sometimes if I really want to get very very close up like picture, like having a point and shoot is like it allows you to get really close to picture, and also it's a 35mm, so it's like a wider angle, so I can really like take very close shoot and without being noticed.
Oh, okay. And are there any? So tell us a little bit more about, I guess, inspirations for your photography.
My two biggest inspirations are Gary Vignol, of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's really fantastic. Like all his shots are amazing. He got like he catch like he knew how to catch like all the beauty of the streets, the people. It was really focused on the people themselves more than it's not so much about building like a scene, but really like the people.
Yes.
And I think it's wonderful. And I really love Martin Parr also for like. He's so sarcastic and so funny, and he's so like he's really really good at what he's doing. I think he's one of the best right now.
Any contemporary street photographers on the internet you follow that you really like their work?
I really like the In Public group. That I think they are really really good. Matt Stewart, he has like amazing shots that I'm really like dying for. Nick Turpin as well. It's just like. I should stop going on their blog because I get really depressed when I see their work. I'm just like, oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's so many like all their people in their group are really really good. Like the level is super high. Yeah.
And you're now taking a break from work, focusing on your photography.
Exactly.
And you said you found it so hard to find time to shoot street photography when you're busy working.
Yeah.
You said you might have shot like one roll of film a month when you're working.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I guess what kind of advice would you give to people who love street photography but are really busy from work or life or relationships, whatever?
I think like first advice would be to always have a camera with you, or like everywhere you go. You never know, you can shoot everywhere. Like having a compact camera is really good because when I was working I always had like a camera in my bag, and I made a couple of good shots just with that, and try to maybe like take some time off and maybe just try to like maybe try to deal with like holiday and find some time to just shoot in the street, just time off to do that.
And any projects or anything related to photography you're currently
right now? Yeah, I'm working on always different projects at the same time. I'm really interested into like in everything related to health and maybe like especially the food culture, which I think is really changing everywhere. People are maybe getting like bigger and bigger, maybe not so well. I think it's really interesting to work on that. I would really try to develop something more about this and like the contrast between people, like either people like getting too big and people like not eating at all, and something also related to fashion. I would be really interested into that. And
Damien, where can people find more of your work?
They can find it on my blog. They just have to Google my name, and my blog is Damien Vignol blogspot.com, and they can, or on Flickr also like the same, Damien Vignol, and they can see my work there.
All right, cool. All right, thanks a lot, Damien.
Yeah, thanks, Eric.
All right, take care.
Yeah.